Hey, I'm Hunt, and this is Hunt on LSU, your channel for LSU Fighting Tiger football talk. Enjoy the video. We want you to leave a comment below, hit that like button, and subscribe right below the video. Enjoy. We'll get off and running. LSU loses last night 45-24 to Florida State. There's a lot to talk about. We can talk about LSU's inability to run the ball. We can talk about LSU's quality offense early in the game that resulted in moving the ball. We can talk about the lack of a running game. We can talk about defensively where the pass rush was, where Harold Perkins lined up. We can talk about a lot of different aspects of this game, and we will. But to me, nothing was as significant in that game as LSU's total and complete inability to cover. Nothing. Not where Harold Perkins lined up, not muffing punts, not fourth down decisions, not stretching the field vertically with the passing game or not. None of that was even remotely as noteworthy to me as LSU's complete inability to cover. When you look at the stat sheet, Jordan Travis was 23 of 31. And 3 of the incompletions, there were only 8 of them. 3 of the incompletions were wide open wide receivers who dropped the football. If they just catch those, which they catch 9 out of 10 at minimum, Wilson's got some stone hands at times, but they were as routine can get. He's 26 of 31 for 370 or 380. It was straight pitch and catch all night. First down, second down, third down, fourth down, no matter the down. Zone coverage, man coverage, didn't matter. Fade routes, yep. Crossing routes, gotcha. Slants, hitches, swing routes, yep. LSU could not cover anyone on the field for 4 quarters. Jordan Travis's last 13 passes, he was 12 of 13 for 214 yards. That's 18 yards a catch. Greg Brooks had 1 pass breakup down the sideline where he made a good play. And then there was the 1 pass that Travis should have never thrown that Brooks and Perkins fought over who was going to intercept it, and nobody did. That was a pass breakup as well. The other 29 pass attempts, no breakups. There's never anyone there. LSU got Florida State into 3rd and 8, 3rd and 14 a lot. Couldn't stop them. Same story as last year. And when you boil it down and you look at what they did on 3rd downs, they were 9 of 14. You couldn't stop them because you couldn't cover. It was unequivocally my biggest concern entering the game, and it was worse than I imagined. Yep, Keon Coleman's really good. Going to be a top 40 pick. Johnny Wilson's a freak. He's 6'7" and can run. And Jordan Travis is an excellent college quarterback. So there will be matchups that are more favorable than that one moving forward. The fact of the matter is that LSU has a massive problem in the secondary. This is DBU. Just churn them through. I got them written down here. 2022 draft. Stingley goes in the 1st round. Cordell Flott goes in the 3rd. 2021 draft, Vincent in the 7th, Jacoby Stevens in the 6th. 2020, Delpit in the 2nd round, Fulton in the 2nd round. 2019, Greedy in the 2nd round. 2018, Dante Jackson in the 2nd round. 2017, Jamal Adams in the 1st round, Trey White in the 1st round. 2016, Jalen Mills, 7th round. Rashard Robinson, 7th round. 2015, Jalen Collins, 2nd round. 2013, Eric Reed in the 1st, Tyrod in the 3rd, Daryl Simon in the 5th. 2012, Mo Claiborne in the 1st, Brandon Taylor in the 3rd, Ron Brooks in the 4th. Ron Brooks was a reserve on that team. 4th round draft pick in the secondary. Pat Peterson, 2011, 1st round pick. That's 11 drafts. 6 first rounders, 4 second rounders. That's 10 top 60 picks. LSU doesn't have it. They don't have it. You had a 5-star. He runs 3rd team, and from all I can tell, didn't even dress last night. Brought in a guy from Ohio State that was a 4-star. He broke his leg. Got transfers, all ACC player from Syracuse, All-American at the FCS level. They just don't have the guys back there. And I told you this, and I'm being upfront. Like, I saw 4% of the camp reps the DBs took, like a tiny sample size. But far more often than not, LSU's wide receivers took whatever they wanted in camp. Goal line reps, 7-on-7, 11-on-11. They just took whatever they wanted. And that looks great, and it's fun to watch at camp. Oh, Malik Neighbors, that's a heck of a play. Man, look at Aaron Anderson. Oh, there goes Brian Thomas. Mason Taylor, nice play. Daniels looks good. On the flip side, I'm looking at this going, this is not normal. And last night, if Florida State doesn't stone cold drop 3 balls, they score 55 points. There were times in the second quarter that LSU created some pass rush, made Jordan Travis uncomfortable. A lot of it came from Mekhi Wingo. Saw a little bit from Jordan Jefferson. Not as much on the edges as I want to see, and that'll get better when Mason Smith gets in there. But if you can't cover, you're going to have a hard time getting off the field. And LSU had a hard time getting off the field. I mean, these are Florida State's last 6 drives. 10 plays, 75 yards, touchdown. 9 plays, 60 yards, touchdown. Field goal. 7 plays, 87 yards, touchdown. 8 plays, 57 yards, touchdown. 3 plays, 57 yards, touchdown. 6 plays, 54 yards, touchdown. That's their last 6 drive before they took a knee. And it's not like they were getting massive chunks on every play. Again, they got into some third downs, but they just picked it up with ease. Sometimes LSU blitzed, sometimes they dropped 8. Sometimes they played man, sometimes they played zone. It didn't matter. Whatever Florida State wanted, they took. And again, there are a ton more talking points that we'll get to over the next 45 minutes. But that's the one that stood out well above everything else to me. And I'm not certain how fixable it is. You didn't see much of LaTerrence Welch. You didn't see much of Ashton Stamps. You didn't see Denver Harris. Like, there may be some other guys, and maybe some of the guys that LSU had out there improve over the course of the year. But it's a big fear. Because you're going to play some veteran quarterbacks like Jordan Travis. Will Rogers is one of those. KJ Jefferson's one of those. Peyton Thorne's one of those. Graham Mertz is one of those. Connor Wigman's got a lot of talent. We'll see what Milroe is. Jackson Dart's a vet. Like, you're going to have to cover. And they didn't. And I got some tweets sent to me last night and some text messages. Oh, you called it on Friday. Like, I'm not going to take a victory lap on that. It was miserable last night. I hoped I was dead wrong. But it was a huge concern, and it manifested itself. There's a other side of this coin, which is Florida State, and how good are they? And that remains to be seen. If that's a 12-0 team that makes the playoffs, frames the conversation a little differently. If they get housed by Clemson and go 9-3, that frames things a little bit more differently. But they did whatever they wanted to do last night on the perimeter. And that is disheartening for a school that has prided itself on elite defensive back play for better than a decade. In the last 2 years, you've had to fly into the transfer portal and rake in as much as you could, and that continuity and that talent level is just, quite frankly, not there at this point. It's just such a gut punch to come out 4 years in a row and lose game 1. 4 years in a row. Losing game 1 in a sport where every loss is just such a massive deal. Y'all are probably sick and tired of hearing me between February and June talk about how much different college baseball is than college basketball and why it fits my temperament and why I like it, because you have time to make adjustments and fix some things and play better down the stretch and achieve any goal that you want, no matter if you have a couple of bad weeks or a bad month. College football's not like that. You know that. Your second loss is essentially a death sentence to every preseason goal that you had in August. I know the 2007 team trumped that. Shout out to Pitt. Love you guys up there for winning that game. But basically your second loss is going to erase everything. And now LSU's sitting here as the calendar's just flipped to September going, well, going to be an uphill battle. Going to probably have to be perfect the rest of the way. And it may sound ludicrous and dumb in the wake of that loss to sit here and talk about championships and playoffs and all that kind of stuff. But if I was talking about it 5 days ago, I still probably got to talk about it now. It just looks different and certainly feels a lot different. But that's what makes this sport so tough. You've got to be ready to go. And LSU has put itself in a position where in week 1, they've got to be ready to go. You can't sleepwalk for an hour and a half and blow a team out by 60 in the opener when you play UCLA and Wisconsin. You play Florida State. Play USC next year. You play Clemson the year after that. Like, here's what you've done. Like, you got to get ready to go play. And they didn't play well last night at all. Hey, thanks for watching Hunt on LSU. Before you get out of here, do us a couple of favors. Hit that like button, leave your comments below, and subscribe to the channel for all your Fighting Tiger football talk. See you next time.